Welcome Capricorns, and thank you for being here today. This is your weekly love message on your twin flame journey for the week commencing Monday the 24th of May through to Sunday the 30th of May 2021. I've already pulled your crowning message cards and your crowning wisdom message cards. Let's have a look at Capricorn and see what they're telling us. So for your first crowning message, we have compromise, then we have third party, and we have observer. Okay, so Capricorns, those of you that I am reading for this week, I feel as though you know who your twin flame is and they know who you are. I feel as if you both may be at a distance from each other, and there may be some sort of compromise or some sort of discussion that needs to be had, okay? On the side of this male image here, which I am going to call out as the masculine, divine masculine in this connection, I feel as though there's a third party around them. And you can see here the observer card also has a masculine image. And the third party is right in the middle of these two male images. So I feel as if the third party is connected with for the divine masculine. Now, this third party could be overworking, okay? The Capricorn card, it says work diligently towards your goals. So the divine masculine may be actually focused on their pentacles, on their finances, maybe a bit of a workaholic, okay? So that could be the third party. It could be anything. I mean, it could be fear. It could be fear of having a conversation. If you are at a distance, they may be concerned of the distance, perhaps. They obviously have got a lot of questions that I feel as though they are in the background trying to find answers. They could be spying on the divine feminine, watching their social media. Maybe that's the main mode of communication, Zoom meetings, FaceTime meetings, team meetings, whatever it is. But there are questions I feel as though the divine masculine wants answers to. And at the moment, they're still in this observer mode. One of the other third parties energy but for the divine masculine could be literally spying on the divine feminine. It also could represent, I suppose, really a third party in terms of another individual, okay? But I feel as though there's some sort of compromise that they may possibly want to talk about, the divine feminine may want to talk about, but we'll see what your main reading pulls up, Capricorn, all right? But they have definitely got questions. For your crowning wisdom messages, we have 2323, and the orange here is representing the sacral chakra. So I feel as though either the divine feminine or the divine masculine is feeling the energy of the other. I feel as though it is the divine feminine. I feel as though they may be picking up that there is something not quite right, okay? And that's why this compromise needs to happen, all right? And it says here, tap into the energies of your twin flame connection as a source of creative channeling and expression. So I feel as though Capricorns, whether you are the divine feminine or the divine masculine, I feel as if both of you actually may need to communicate with each other with positive thinking, okay? Particularly if you are at a distance. You can see there's a kind of like a beach, there's some land here, and these two people look as if they're sitting on a pier somewhere, but they could be literally, there could be water that is between them, or they're in different countries, different lands, but they're coming together in this card. So I don't know whether or not there is an opportunity for you both to come together. Until that stage, I feel as if you're being guided to feel each other out, okay? If you are quite spiritually inclined, you know, keep your vibration up, okay? Particularly if one party is picking up, you know, there's something that needs to be cleared up. There's something that needs to be discussed. By channeling your energy in a creative way towards your twin flame, I feel as though that's going to really help. It's going to help appease things until you can actually meet them face to face to have this discussion. And then look at that, we've got the 533. The blue represents the throat chakra. I feel as though there is a conversation that needs to be had, and we can see that with the compromise card. And I feel as though it's something that needs to be done face to face. It says here, a change in scenery may help to clear the mind. A short trip or vacation may be helpful. So if you are at a distance, Capricorn, from your twin flame, I feel as though you're being encouraged until you can get to them, to keep your vibration up, communicate with them through sort of visualizing, keeping that positive vibration, thinking about them in a positive way. Even if you are picking up, there is a third party, whatever that third party represents, and the divine masculine may have questions that need answering. So whether you are the divine masculine in this connection or the divine feminine, I feel as though it's really important, divine masculines, as you go through seeking answers to your questions, to keep your vibration up, to be open to compromise, to be open to talk, to maybe travel, to see the divine feminine in some shape, form or another, to clear out whatever is on your mind. And divine feminines, I feel as though the same applies to you. Keep your vibration up. You know, be mindful of what you're saying to yourself about your twin flame, the divine masculine. You may also need to book a flight, or you know, go away for a weekend, take a vacation, possibly to see the divine masculine if you're in separate countries, or take a vacation together. And I feel as though with that throat chakra coming up with 533, this week there may be a discussion to actually take that action, all right, to be in each other's space, in each other's energy, face to face, physically. And that may require a vacation, okay, a short trip. And that will help to clear the minds of both of you, I feel, all right? And then for your final crowning wisdom message, we have 404. And this is connected with, I almost feel as though your third eye chakra, unveiling. I feel as though both of you may be revealed in some shape, form or another, particularly if you focus on positive channeling with your twin flame. You may get some revelation and the understanding that what is meant for you will never be held from you. Have faith that spirit is taking care of everything. So I feel as though Capricorn, the connection, the twin flame connection is protected. And I feel as though your spirit teams are fully aware that the divine masculine in this connection has questions that they need answers to, and that a discussion is imminent. A discussion does need to be had, but I feel as though they're guiding us to say it needs to be face to face. You may even this week make the plans. You may even speak to make the plans with your divine counterpart, all right? And whatever is being picked up, whether you are the divine masculine or the divine feminine, just have faith that what is there for you, nobody can take that away, all right? Have faith, that all will be well. Okay, Capricorns, if this message is resonating for you already, please feel free to click that thumbs up on the video and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Let's get into your main love message. My angels and spirit guides of the divine, please can you tell me, how does the twin flames of Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus feel towards them in love on their twin flame journey, week commencing Monday the 24th of May through to Sunday the 30th of May 2021. What is their current energy spiritually, emotionally, mentally and physically towards Capricorn that I'm allowed to see for their highest good and for the greater good of all? As above, so below and all around me. Thank you. As I was shuffling Capricorn, I did see my eye caught a young girl on a horse or pony taking a path, and the name of the card said refocus. So I feel as though the divine feminine, their child within them may be coming through to guide them, okay? And this is where I feel as though your spirit team is coming to guide, that the divine feminine in this connection may need to refocus their thoughts, okay? I feel like Capricorn, the divine feminine is picking up, like, I almost feel like they are picking up that the divine masculine in this connection is nervous for some reason or fearful, and it may have the divine feminine feeling a little bit jittery. Focus your energy in a positive way. Try and feel that out. And if you are quite a spiritual person, I feel as though that the divine feminine is being guided in this connection to connect telepathically, connect on the astral plane with the divine masculine, to almost appease whatever it is that they're seeking answers to, in order to just kind of almost let them know, look, we do need to come face to face. It almost feels as if you need to show unity on the astral plane so that you can bring that energy into reality, into the 3D. And look, we've got action. Yeah. So I feel as though when I saw the refocus card, I feel as though it's the divine feminine that needs to take action to refocus their thinking. All right, let's get into your, woo, okay. So we have purge, yeah. We have release, wow. Thank you. We have, oh, look at that. And the refocus comes out as the main card. Oh, wow. Then we have settling, thank you. And we have fear. And what did I say? If the divine feminine, okay, is picking up that the divine masculine is fearful or jittery, they have answers that they need, questions that they need answers to. I feel as though divine feminines, you're being guided to connect with your inner child, to refocus your thinking, to take a path, actually take the action to connect with them on the astral plane, but also to take the action to engage and speak about, look, we need to meet face to face now that, you know, a lot of countries are opening up. We may need to actually take a trip and be in the same country, be in the same location, to have a conversation face to face. All right. Okay, so on the left hand side, Capricorn is the divine masculine energy, and on the right hand side is the divine feminine, and in the middle is the energy of both of you. So I feel as though Capricorn, the divine masculine in this connection needs some purging. Okay, they may be going through a bit of a dark night of the soul, maybe doing some travel work, doing some shadow work, not travel work, doing some shadow work around fear, okay? And I feel as though that is what they need to release, okay? They may have a lot of questions that some of them they may need to release. They could almost feel, you know, that because of the distance, for example, that how can, you know, a union, a relationship even occur? And that could be the third party. They also, I'll call it out, there could be an actual third party. There could be another romantic involvement, somebody romantically around the divine masculine, that they may be confused as to, you know, they're fearful that you may find out, for example, okay? And I feel as though that's where you're being guided, or the divine feminine is being guided. Just remember what is meant for you and will never be held from you. Have faith, okay? And they may need to purge out that energy, that third party energy. Again, the blue that's there, I feel that part of that purging process is the two of you actually coming together and having this discussion. That blue represents the third throat chakra. So I feel as though there is a discussion that needs to be had, okay, some sort of compromise. And I feel as though that will help the divine masculine release some of the questions that they need answers to. I feel as though the divine masculine does see, or will see, that the divine feminine is going to refocus their energy, okay, taking a path, taking action, possibly towards them, okay, possibly taking a different path. Maybe after this compromise, the divine feminine may feel as though they need to go on a separate path to allow breathing space, time for the divine masculine to do some shadow work, to do some of this purging. On the divine feminine side, I feel as though they may be feeling as though they're settling, okay, they're settling for whatever it is that the divine masculine is asking questions about. So it almost feels as though the divine feminine in this connection is absolutely sure that they are connecting with their twin flame. And if the divine masculine is operating from a place of fear, okay, the divine feminine may feel as though she's settling for somebody that perhaps doesn't actually really want to come into union. All right. And that is where I feel you're being guided. The divine feminines are being guided to flip the script on that, change your thinking, keep your vibration up. Because, you know, look at this card. It's almost like this teddy bear is kind of sad, you know, kind of slumped, like, you know, am I just settling? You know, or look at the grey in the card. It's almost as though there's just a foggy, you know, almost mixed messages, mixed communication. So I feel as though that the divine feminine is a little bit in kind of in a grey area, feeling as if they are settling, or may feel as if the divine masculine is fearing that they're settling for this connection, where actually they may want something completely different, which is where this compromise comes in. All right, let's have a look at your clarifiers, Capricorn. My angels and spirit guides of the divine, please can you? Thank you. And we have, we've got the Three of Swords. I feel as though the divine masculine is heartbroken over something, okay? Or they may pick up that the divine feminine is heartbroken, feels as if they're settling for them. There may be an element of status that the divine masculine may feel that they are not at the same status or the same level as the divine feminine, and they may fear that the divine feminine is settling, okay? And I feel as though that's heartbreaking for them. So if they are focusing on their finances, working diligently towards their goals to raise their status, I feel as though they almost need to let that third party energy of fear, of status, of material wealth in the 3D, they need to let that go, because I feel as if they feel quite heartbroken that they are not at the same status as the divine feminine. Also as well, if there is a third party, another romantic connection around the divine masculine, they may also feel as though they are fearful that the divine feminine will conclude that is what's going on, that there is a third party, and they know that it's going to break their heart. And with the Eight of Coins, well, I feel as though the divine masculine is definitely working on their pentacles, working on their finances, okay? They also may be looking at the detail with regards to the fact that their status isn't at the same level as the divine feminine, and therefore they may be working quite diligently in order to raise their status so that they feel as though, they feel as though that they can come in at the same level as the divine feminine. And I feel as though, they're quite heartbroken right here, right now, that they're not at that status that they want to be. If the divine masculine has got an actual another energy around them, i.e. a third party in terms of another person, then I feel as though the divine masculine is looking at what they are doing, maybe stringing along the divine feminine when actually they are sort of playing around with somebody else. And I feel as if they know that the divine feminine is going to be absolutely heartbroken if they don't release that. If they don't release that person. Let's continue. My angels and spirit guides of the divine. Thank you. Yeah, look at that. With the Seven of Swords, they're not telling the divine feminine, okay, what it is they are, what's angsting them, okay? If the divine masculine is entertaining another person, I feel as though that's the secret that they're keeping, and I feel as if they are being guided that they need to release that energy, purge it out, release that energy of a third party, because when you get down to the detail, which I feel as if that's what they're looking at, it's going to break the heart of the divine feminine. If the third party is the divine masculine is a bit of a workaholic, okay, and they hold a lot of regard to the status that they are at in their life, I feel as if they're not telling you that, or telling the divine feminine. Sorry, Capricorns, I'm assuming that the divine feminines are watching this. You could be the divine masculine in this connection. So I feel as if the divine masculine is not telling the divine feminine, look, I don't feel as if I am at the right status to come into union with you. I feel as if you're settling if we do get together, and that is breaking their heart. And that is what they need to really look at the detail and clear out that energy, purge it and release it. And with the Judgment card, this is divine intervention. The divine masculine, I feel, is being called to action, okay, because I feel as though it is time for reconciliation. They may want reconciliation. If you are at a different location, different country, I feel as if they do want to get together. They do want reconciliation, okay? And I feel as though this divine intervention is coming in around that third eye chakra. What is meant for them will not be held from them, and therefore they need to hold faith. All right, I almost feel as though the divine masculine is just really uncertain, a lot of fear, and that's what I feel that the divine feminine is picking up in this connection. Thank you. The divine masculine knows that the divine feminine has planted the seeds of this connection. It has grown. It is a solid connection. You guys have quite a good friendship, quite a solid relationship. But also as well, they may see that the divine feminine, look at the wealth with the amount of coins in that basket. They may see that the divine feminine is quite rich in terms of money, okay? And their fear maybe is that she will refocus, she'll take a different path when she realizes that actually the divine masculine is at a different status, perhaps doesn't have the same amount as money as her. I feel as though the fear that they have is that she will be just settling, okay, and that she may refocus. She may not be in it for the long haul, okay? But they do know that the divine feminine has already put in a lot of work. And look, we've got the King of Pentacles coming up on the divine feminine side. I feel as though the divine feminine in this connection understands that the divine masculine may be working on their pentacles, okay? I feel as though they see the divine masculine as somebody that's solid, grounded, nurturing, okay, but they're quite slow to come forward, all right, which is why the divine feminine may refocus her efforts and actually take a path to the divine masculine to have a face-to-face conversation to reassure them that they're not settling and they have nothing to fear, because I feel as though that is what the divine masculine is experiencing, and the divine feminine is picking that up, all right. And also as well, I'm also being guided to say that the divine masculine is somebody that is slow to come forward. It almost feels as if they want all of their ducks in a row before the union can, before the divine feminine and themselves can come into union, all right? It almost feels as if they want to be the best that they can be. Let's continue, thank you. And then, oh, wow. Okay. So the divine feminine, I feel as though sees that there is, sees the connection with the divine masculine as marriage material, long-term commitment with the divine masculine. And I feel as though the divine masculine may already know that. That may be one of the questions that they almost need to vocally ask, okay? You know, the way the relationship seems to be nurtured by the divine feminine is almost as though their intention is to marry the divine masculine. And I feel as though the divine masculine may be fearing that they are just settling to settle down with them, to marry them, to have long-term commitment, because they're not at the same status. And I feel as though that's what's heartbreaking for them, all right? I feel as though the divine feminine does want to put the work in, all right? So the divine feminines, I feel as though if you are thinking about taking action to have a face-to-face conversation with your divine masculine energy person, I feel as though this trip, this short vacation, whether it's a weekend away, whether it is actually getting on a plane and actually visiting this person if they're in a different country, I feel as though it's going to really benefit the connection in order to appease the fear that the divine masculine has. And if that is applied, I feel as though the divine feminine is going to come out victorious. I feel like the divine feminine is absolutely sure that the person that they are connecting with is the person they are supposed to be. So, you know what? I feel that if the divine feminine has a conversation, compromise, talks about what is really going on with the two of you, where you're going, what is the direction you're both going, I feel as though they're going to come out victorious to appease the fear of the divine masculine. And one more card, please, to clarify. How does the twin flames, thank you. Oh, well, we've got two cards. Yeah, look at that. We've got the 7 of Cups and we've got the 4 of Cups. So I feel as if the divine feminine knows that they need to clear up misunderstandings, miscommunications around how they feel towards the divine masculine. And I feel as though she, or I should say the divine feminine energy, wants to let the divine masculine know that they are choosing them, okay? They may pick up that the divine masculine is thinking about them, okay? And they may feel that. I feel like the divine feminine feels as though the divine masculine is thinking about them. They themselves, the divine feminine, could be thinking about the divine masculine all the time, wishing, hoping, praying, imagining, visualizing that, you know, they can come together and that they can appease the fear that the divine masculine feels like the divine feminine will be settling, because I feel as though that isn't the case for the divine feminine, and that is the misunderstanding, miscommunication. I feel like the divine feminine wants to, and possibly should, categorically let the divine masculine know that they are choosing them. The divine masculine also may have a fear that there are other people that perhaps better suited for the divine feminine, and therefore it's kind of like by being with them, the divine feminine is just going to be settling. And I feel as though that's heartbreaking for the divine masculine. All right, I feel as if the divine masculine, okay, particularly with that King of Coins, they want nothing but the best for their divine feminine. And if it means that they need to step aside so that they could have more choice, they could engage with somebody that is more at their status, then that is what the divine masculine will do. And I feel as though that's heartbreaking for them. All right, let's have a look at your advice. Oh, okay. So the first thing we've got is here and now. Your true love is already part of your life. And that, excuse me, that is coming up on the divine masculine side. And I feel as though the reason why that's coming up is this card here, the wisdom card for the divine masculine. What is meant for you will never be held. Have faith and trust that spirit is connecting the divine masculine with the divine feminine for a reason, okay? Because they are their divine counterparts, and they need to be in the here and now. It feels as if they're being guided. They need to purge out this fear, this feeling as if they're not good enough, basically, because the true love of their life is here and now. And then we've got denial. Detach with love to clearly see the truth. And I feel as though that is the divine masculine being given the message that in order to release this fear, okay, they need to detach that. They may be in denial that the divine feminine loves them and is their true love, regardless of their status, regardless of their financial wealth, okay? And I feel as though as the divine feminine refocus and almost takes that action to take that path towards the divine masculine, that is what is going to help the divine masculine see the truth. At the moment, I feel as if they are in denial, and that is what they need to release. All right. I also am feeling as well, Capricorn, so you know we were talking about there may be a third party, i.e. Other people, other feminine energies around the divine masculine energy. I feel as though they're saying to me that because the divine masculine may feel as though the divine feminine is settling for somebody below their status, which is them, they may be entertaining other feminine energies, okay, because they are in denial that the divine feminine in this connection really doesn't care about status. And it almost feels as though Capricorns, if you are the divine feminine, your action of going towards this person, maybe taking that short trip or vacation if they're in a different country, I feel it's going to help the divine masculine purge out fear, purge out 3D financial wealth, because that's not what the connection about. The connection is on a soul level. And I feel that if the divine feminine takes that action to have this conversation, to have this compromising conversation, it almost feels as though the divine feminine is having a conversation to say, why would you think that money matters to me? Why would you think that status matters? You know, it doesn't. You know, I love you, basically. And that is almost what the divine masculine, I feel, wants to hear. That is the answer to the questions. Okay, that is what they're observing. How serious is the divine feminine? And I feel in the interim period, they may be entertaining other feminine energies, and that's part of their denial process. And look at that. Okay, so time apart, some distance will help bring clarity. I feel as though this is coming up on the divine feminine side. I feel as though this time apart is with regards to communication. Yeah, I feel as though the time apart to maybe pull back, for the divine feminine to pull back their energy, and maybe even the divine, they may be picking up that the divine masculine is pulling back their energy in order to have clarity. The way that is going to close, okay, is literally for the divine feminine to come into union with the divine masculine, okay, and have this face-to-face conversation. But I feel as though this time apart, the distance will help bring clarity until the divine feminine and the divine masculine can physically be in the same place at the same time to physically talk to one another, actually pulling away any kind of verbal communication via telephone, messaging, whatever, however you guys are communicating. That is what's going to help give clarity. Okay, it sounds really weird, but it almost feels as if by pulling back energy, or if the divine feminine is pulling back energy, because it may already be spoken this week that the divine feminine is going to, I don't know, hop on a plane and come and see the divine masculine. They may be picking up that the divine masculine's gone a little bit quiet in order to have clarity as to whether or not the divine feminine is settling. All right. And I feel as though this is all part of the divine masculine going through a bit of a purging. And look, we have unavailable. This person is unable to give all you deserve. Capricorns, divine feminine Capricorns, I categorically feel as though the divine masculine in this connection feels as if they are not at the same status as you, and that is why they are perhaps making themselves unavailable. And you remember what I was saying, that they would rather step aside and allow someone else that is of the same status, that can provide, that can be of the same financial wealth, to come in and be with you. It may break their heart, but I feel as if they're kind of, I suppose, on a telepathic level, basically saying, you know what, we perhaps need some time apart in terms of communication until you can get here to talk face to face, because right now I'm just not available. I have questions that I need answers to. And actually, divine feminines out there, the only way they're going to get that reassurance, I feel, is a face-to-face conversation. Yeah, a compromise. All right, Capricorns, I'm going to leave that there. If this message is resonating for you, please feel free to, they're also telling me as well, your divine masculine may feel as if they may be unavailable, okay, because they are involved with a third party, involved with another person. All right, that's what they're not telling you. Thought I'd just put that out there. All right. If this message resonates, please feel free to click that thumbs up, Capricorns, on the video, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Until next time, I'm sending you loads and loads of love, peace and light. Take care. Bye-bye.